We are back for another Christian review of regular books, and today we are discussing Local Woman Missing by Mary Kubica. If you've never seen one of my videos before, here's how it's going to go down. First, I do my regular review, what you know and love to expect from a book review, star rating, my own personal opinion, etc., but I do it all without spoiling the book. But then we're going to get into the Christian review, and that's where we're going to go over the basic pieces of a book that may or may not have a fellow believer, or honestly anyone wanting to read it. I give more caveats and any more information you may need about these reviews at the video that's pinned to the top of the playlist, or you should be able to click here somewhere. However, if you're still here, let's go ahead and get into my regular review. Local Woman Missing is about a woman who goes missing in a town years earlier, and then 11 years later shows up, and they're trying to figure out why it happened, how it happened, all of that sort of stuff. It's a dual timeline, dual perspective book. It was so well done, and I really enjoyed the full experience. I could not put it down. I could not stop myself, and I really did love all of it. Now, I was originally planning on doing this kind of a back and forth read on physical. When I couldn't read on physical, read on audio. It is available on Kindle Unlimited, so it makes it really easy for me to pick it up on my Kindle. However, when I went to go read it, I found out that the chapters are just the name and the years before, or the years after, or the current, or whatever. So you don't have any clarity about what chapter you're on to kind of go back and forth. So I ended up doing this solely on audio, but it was very easy to understand on audio, and I was very aware of what was happening, when, why, etc. I would say that a good 85% of this book, I was completely guessing, trying to figure out what was going to happen, why it was going to happen, how it was going to happen, etc. And it was only that last 15% where it was very clear where it was going, but not how it was going to get there. So I still feel like the entire book kept me guessing to an extent, and I really had the best time with it. Ultimately, I feel like this was a near perfect thriller, and I rated it 4.5 stars. If you want to see everything that I'm reading and rating in real time, you can do so by following me on Goodreads. You can also find me on Instagram, TikTok, and I do have my own YouTube channel, so if you want to see more of my day-to-day reading and life journey, check out the links below in the description box. Now let's go ahead and get into my Christian review. The first category I always love to touch on is smut or spice because it's popular, and no, there is none. The second category is explicit language, and again, there really isn't any in this book, which is awesome. The third category, especially because we're talking about a thriller, would be violence and gore, and there are some scenes that are violent, but nothing is gory. Also, the violence helps push the story along. It helps you understand kind of what's happening and why it's happening. So I do think it's an important part of the thriller aspect, but I don't think it's overly described to the point that it would be hard if you are a good visual reader. This book would be great for anyone aged 15 and up. I think it has a lot of very interesting storyline and is very fast-paced, and I bet a teenager would love this book. Before you go, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you can stay up to date on all of these Christian reviews of regular books, plus me and my mom's podcast, The Journey We Share. On top of staying up to date, it helps us know that the content we're providing is content you want to keep seeing. And because we are a nonprofit, it's basically like a free way to donate without ever having to open up your wallet. So before you go, please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell, and maybe even comment. And I cannot wait until we see you on the next one.